The sun had barely risen over the quiet town of Cedar Valley, a small American community nestled between rolling fields and a river that shimmered like silver in the morning light. Jake Turner, a 28-year-old mechanic, sat alone on the creaky bench outside his workshop, staring at the padlocked door. The sign above read Turner Auto Repair, the business his father had built from nothing. Now it was on the verge of collapse, and Jake felt the weight of failure pressing on his chest like a heavy stone. For months, customers had been fewer, bills had piled up, and a big auto chain had opened right across the highway, pulling away the last few people who still trusted Jake's small shop. He had fought hard, taken extra jobs, worked nights, and even sold his truck to keep the business alive. But standing in front of the closed door now, he felt defeated. Maybe it's time to give up, he whispered to himself. Just then, an old man approached Mr. Howard, the retired schoolteacher who had taught half the town. His steps were slow, but his eyes still held the same spark Jake remembered from childhood. "You're here early," Mr. Howard said gently. "Or late," Jake replied with a sad smile. "I'm thinking of shutting this place down." Mr. Howard looked at the shop, then at Jake. "Do you know the story of the bridge?" he asked. Jake frowned. "No. It happened long before you were born," the old man began. "A massive storm had destroyed the old wooden bridge that connected Cedar Valley to the next town. People were stranded. Supplies couldn't come through. Everyone kept saying, it's impossible to rebuild. But one man picked up a hammer and started working. Day after day. Alone. People laughed at him. Some even called him foolish. But he kept building. And you know what happened?" Jake waited. "One day," Mr. Howard continued, "someone else joined him. Then another. And another. They finished the bridge in record time. And that bridge became the heart of both towns. All because one person refused to quit." Jake exhaled. "Nice story, Mr. Howard, but things don't work like that anymore." "Oh, don't they?" the teacher said with raised eyebrows. "You think America became what it is because people quit our roads, our farms, our businesses, our freedom? Everything came from ordinary people doing extraordinary things. People just like you." Jake felt something stir inside him, but before he could answer, a voice called out. "Hey Jake, you open today?" It was Maria, a single mom who worked 2 jobs and relied on her old car to get everywhere. She looked worried. "My car's making that clicking noise again," she said. "If it stops working, I'll miss my job shift." Jake hesitated. The shop was locked. He had planned to close it forever. But he saw the worry in her eyes, the same worry he had seen in many others. People who didn't have the money for big shops or expensive parts. People who trusted him. "Give me 5 minutes, he finally said. He unlocked the door. He fixed Maria's car. She couldn't pay much, but she insisted on baking him a pie. "For not giving up on us," she said. Word spread quickly. By noon, 3 more people came. By evening, Jake was drenched in sweat, grease on his shirt, but his heart felt lighter than it had in months. The next morning, he found a surprise, a line of cars outside his shop. People holding signs that read, "Support local. We believe in Turner Auto. Honest work matters." Jake stared, stunned. Maria stood at the front. "We told everyone," she said. "You help us, we help you." And they did. A farmer donated wood to rebuild the old waiting area. A college student created a website and online booking system. A local veteran offered to help with repairs. The community Jake had thought forgotten him was now standing right beside him, just like the builders of the old bridge. Weeks passed. Then months. Turner Auto Repair grew busier than ever before. But more importantly, Jake discovered something he had forgotten: the power of not giving up, even when the world tells you to stop. One evening, he sat on that same old bench. Mr. Howard walked by again. "Looks like business is good," the old man said with a smile. Jake nodded. "You were right. People will help, if you just take the first step." Mr. Howard chuckled. "Remember, Jake, in this country, the bridge isn't just a piece of wood or steel. It's the effort, the courage, and the heart to keep going. That's what connects us. That's what builds everything." Jake looked at his shop glowing under the setting sun. "Thank you," he said softly. "For what?" Mr. Howard asked. "For reminding me that quitting might be easy, but building is what changes the world." The old man tapped Jake's shoulder. "That's the American spirit." And as the stars began to appear over Cedar Valley, the little shop on the corner, once on the brink of shutting down, stood stronger than ever, built not just by tools and hands, but by hope, unity, and the belief that no dream is too small in the land where determination builds bridges.